welcome to Bacon Feet. I'm Britty.
I'm Addie.
I'm Theda.
And we are back for 2025. It has been a long hiatus.
Yeah.
Very long. I think it's over a year now. Is it?
Actually?
I think it is over a year now. Yeah. But we're back. We're gonna just move forward. We don't have Kaya on this episode, so it's just us three doing our thing. So last night we watched Blood Quantum, which was really good in my opinion.
Mine too.
That was my favorite movie.
Is your favorite movie so far? Dang. So Blood Quantum has it's about Native Americans, and it has a lot of Native American actors in it. Well, Native Canadian. They're in Canada, so what do you Canadian? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Fucking white girls.
Well, I mean, Canada is still like North America.
True, that is okay. So that's fair. So what blood quantum is? The definition of what blood quantum is a concept that measures the amount of Indian blood in a person's ancestry, and it is used to determine a person's Native American identity. I feel like identity is a big word for that. I don't think but okay. That's an official definition from somewhere online.
I mean, higher sources?
I did not cite my sources. Next time I will.
So it's not like other movies. It's like an hour and a half. It's not like 2 hours or anything.
Yeah, it's pretty short compared, not pretty short, but shorter than what we're used to. Yeah. It moved fast. It flowed really well. There wasn't really any dry spots. I didn't think. It just kind of went for it. So the a little history here in the movie. They have the Red Crow Reservation, but it's not a real reservation. Red Crow was a real person and head chief of the Blood Tribe, also known as the Keene people, on the Blood Reservation in southern Alberta, Canada. The Keene are part of the Blackfoot Confederacy, along with the Siksika and the Piikani people. So I probably mispronounced those, but we're trying here. Throughout all, Red Crow's life and stuff, he remained a strong supporter of Blackfoot customs. The director was Jeff Barnaby, born in 1976. Unfortunately passed away in 2022. He was a Micmac and Canadian film director, writer, composer, and film editor, and he is known for his films Rhymes for Young Ghouls and Blood Quantum. He died in Montreal after battling cancer October 13th of 2022. So, I also did a terrible job of getting actors' names, so pre-apologize for that. But that's enough of me. Why doesn't somebody kind of do a quick synopsis of the movie so we don't run over time here, because we're trying to keep these at 30 minutes.
Okay. So, basically, there's this cop sheriff guy, I think, named Trailer. He's Native American, and, basically, his sons are basically in jail, for committing crimes, I guess. And, so his dad realized, like, as he was, like, gutting fish and stuff, that the fish were still moving.
Grandpa. Trailer's dad.
That's what I said.
Okay. Sorry. I thought you were talking about the kids in jail's dad.
Oh, no. Trailer's dad, which would be the kids in jail's grandpa, found out that, like, fish were still moving while they were, like, gutted. And he's like, okay, well, this is weird. So anyways, Trailer gets his kids out of jail, whatever, and his dad, kind of told him what was going on. They were like, okay, that's weird. But anyways, all of a sudden, like, just the hospital's been getting calls around saying that, like, people are getting bit by randos, I guess. And then, like, he, like, keeps running into, like, zombies, I guess. I think. Like,
So weird shit starts going on. The fish are flopping. His dead dog in his trunk that he had to shoot because his dog was sick. Trailer's dog. He had to open the trunk and the dog runs out and he shoots it and he's like, wow, weird shit's going on. And then he jumps on the radio and the dispatcher, Doris, I think is her name. She's like, dude, weird shit's going on. Blah, blah, blah. You know, and he gets a couple calls. One of his first calls was a guy and his pregnant wife that the ambulance wasn't going out to. So, I'm just gonna go into this part because it's my favorite part of the movie. Trailer shows up there, and the dude had his wife had the baby, and like shit's just weird. And Trailer's like, oh, you're all drugged up, like get off the shit, blah blah blah. You're freaking out. And he's like, is she alive? And he's like, yes, no, no, yes. And like it's just like really weird and shit. And like Trailer goes up there and like the lady has the baby in her arms, but she's a zombie. And like it was crazy. So they like run out to the go ahead, Addie.
So you forgot your favorite line.
Oh yeah. While he's out there talking to the drug guy who's in the trailer says, I swear to God, if you don't get a hold of yourself, I'm gonna kick your ass off the face of the fucking planet. Which I thought was hilarious.
And then also the woman was eating the baby.
Oh yeah, that's right. She was
fighting, not eating.
Yeah. And anyway, so she like chases him out of the house. Trailer fucking smashes her head in with a gun. And they're driving back to town, and he calls Doris on the cop line, and he's like, I think I killed her. I was like, bro, her face was smashed the fuck in. Yeah, she's dead.
Was it Joseph, I think, was in the back of the car locked, and like this girl, there was another zombie girl, and then when they got free, the zombie girl landed on Trailer, and then Trailer came out, and then that's when they that's right before they smashed the girl's head off. But no. Yeah.
That was right after the baby scene. They saw an ambulance wreck and tried to go help.
So basically, like, all that happened, and then there's a time skip to 6 months later. And so basically, Trailer and his family and whatever have, like, a compound where, like, it's like a little town to keep people safe.
So, like, right as you get to that 6-month time jump, you realize that the Native Americans are immune to the virus. That's the most important part.
Yeah, they're immune, and so Joseph has a white girlfriend, and she's pregnant. But anyways, you get to see how, like, there's, like, people that are getting brought in, and one of them's bit, so they have to kill her, 'cause she's white. But anyways,
they kill her 'cause she's white.
Well, 'cause she got bit. Anyways, so that's when you, like, learn that, like, not Joseph, Trailer's son, Lysol, also known as Alan, is not very pleased with having white people in the compound since they are susceptible to becoming zombies.
And he's not the only one, though. There's quite a few Native Americans in the compound that do not like white people.
Yeah. And so basically, that's like kind of when the conflict starts, because you can see that there are white people that are getting into the compound that have been bit and aren't really being, like, searched or anything for bite marks. And so then they're becoming zombies in this compound. And then, like, Trailer and I know his dad and a few other people are like, going to try to find gas. And then, like, when they do that, there's, like, this party going on where people are doing drugs and stuff, and then, like, Lysol, like, I guess, knows that one of the people is bit, I think. And then, like,
No, he goes to one of the girls you see earlier, and she's white, comes to the compound. She's bit, but she hides it. And then at the party where they're drinking and doing drugs and stuff, Lysol goes to hook up with her. And then she turns into a zombie.
yeah.
And then she bites him. I can't. At first I thought she was eating his guts, but I think she bit his wiener off. I'm serious. I think that's what happened.
Uh-huh.
So then Lysol goes on like a killing, like just rampage, right? Because he's high on whatever.
Yeah.
The cherry powder.
Yeah.
That's what he kept calling it.
The cherry powder.
A cherry powder. Go ahead.
And then, like, Joseph is helping him, and he's saying to Joseph, he's like, I'm sorry that, like, I've been, like, mean to your girlfriend because she's white and whatever. And then they hug, and then Lysol ends up stabbing Joseph because he's on a rampage, and it was all an act, I guess. And then he, like, ties Joseph up, and then he, like, puts him and the zombie girl in a room or something like that. It might be like a door to the compound or something.
Yeah, I think it was right inside the compound. Just lets
Yeah.
him loose.
Yeah, he
lets her loose.
Yeah, lets her loose. And then, so basically, she just goes and bites people, and they become zombies. And it's just like this huge disaster. And there's like a lot of stuff going on. Like, people are running everywhere. Zombies are trying to get into places. And while this is happening, Joseph's wife goes into labor and all this. And then I think then, like, Trailer comes back with his friends and whatever, and they try to lure the zombies out, and then they try to get people to safety. And then after that,
so after Trailer comes and is like trying to get people out of there, he takes one for the team and kind of like distracts zombies and dies, which sucks because he's one of the best characters. So then you've got this group of people trying to escape, and they get a call. They're in a cop car, and they get a call on the radio from Doris. She's at the church, and she says Lysol has a gun to her head. He says, "Don't fuck around, tell him what I told you." And she's like, "They're in here killing a bunch of white people," and he's unhinged. So then you see that this group of Native Americans have a bunch of white people like tied up together, and they're pouring gas on them and stuff, and they're just gonna annihilate them. And one guy is up there. One of the guys that hates white people is up there talking about how white people poison the land, and all this stuff, which is absolutely fucking true. And you see Grandpa come in with his fucking samurai sword, because the Grandpa loves his samurai sword, and just slices that dude's face, like right through right below the eye. It was wild. It was pretty cool.
mm-hmm.
But then after that, I don't know if they saved anybody inside. I'm not sure. Fights ensue. Joseph gets pregnant lady, Joseph's girlfriend, and his mom, Joss, she was the nurse, are in a car waiting for everybody by the river, because that's how they're gonna get out of there. And then Lysol comes up with a zombie in a trunk, and he's pointing guns, and they're pointing guns, and he lets the zombie go. Zombie jumps out of the back of the trunk, bites Joseph's girlfriend, who's pregnant with his kid, and Joseph gets to him, stabs Lysol, takes him out to a graveyard, shoots a gun. Zombies come and kill Lysol. And then the end of the movie is Lysol's white girlfriend having this baby that she's scared isn't immune, which
it's
is
Joseph's baby.
Joseph's baby. Yeah, sorry, Joseph's baby. So you watch the birth scene, kind of. It wasn't as graphic as it could have been. Thank fuck. She has the baby, and then she's like, I want to hold it. She holds it for a second. She's like, take it back. I don't want it. And then because she knows she's gonna die, and then you see Joseph shoot her in the head, and then the last scene is him and his mom on the boat with the baby. Theda made a great point at the end about the baby. How are they gonna feed it?
Oh yeah, how are they gonna feed it?
So who knows what happened?
So, can we talk about our favorite stuff now?
Well, I feel like one thing is that like with like Lysol, he's like even before the zombies and stuff, he had a grudge against his family because even though him and Joseph have the same dad, they don't have the same mom, and Lysol's a bit older than Joseph, and his mom is dead, but Joseph still has his mom, so he kind of has that against them.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that was also kind of part of his villain arc.
Yeah, he was a very angry person.
Yeah, and he constantly got in trouble and stuff because he just, and also like Trailer wasn't involved in like either of their lives, I believe.
Yeah. He wasn't the best dad.
Yeah.
So, my favorite character was Trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Because Trailer's just a good person.
Okay.
And my favorite line, kind of skipped this part, but my favorite line is where the part where Trailer dies. It's where he says, "If I don't make it, tell my grandkid stories about me." And then my favorite
being a shitty dad. I'm just kidding.
And then my favorite scene was when at the end the grandpa like kills a bunch of zombies on the land.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of skipped over that part. As Joseph and Joss, his mom and
His wife.
His girlfriend. Wife, pregnant wife, we're getting on the boat. Grandpa says, I'm never going to leave this land again. Something like that. And then he just samurai swords a shit ton of zombies on the riverbank. It was really cool.
Yeah.
So, I thought one of the scenes that was cool was when, before the cutscene to 6 months later, when they're driving from the drug addict's house and they find the ambulance that crashed and stuff. And this one guy just pulls up with a fucking chainsaw and like chainsaws this zombie's face. Oh my god, it was wild.
I was like, the zombie apocalypse like has barely even started, and he already has a chainsaw.
Yeah, he's just running around with a chainsaw.
We forgot the part where like still at the beginning before like where the fish are moving, the dog just like goes in the garbage and it looks like garbage. The tin thing where they set it on fire and it just looks like a piece of fabric. And then the fish are still moving when they're in the fire.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the grandpa's like, this isn't good. The water was poisoned. So, like, one of the things was, like, they could only eat moose and deer because the water was contaminated and dogs are contaminated. So, no fishing for them.
Yeah.
My dad would hate that, but...
What was your favorite part, Theda?
I feel like, I don't know my favorite part exactly, but I liked when, well actually, I guess I liked when like the grandpa and his friends or whatever came back to the compound and they like just pulled out their swords. Because I felt like that was pretty cool. And my favorite character was the grandpa because he was pretty cool.
I think he was my favorite character too.
So, at the end, before the grandpa says that he's not, well, after the grandpa fights all the zombies, we just see 2 other people made it, but they're not on the boat with Joseph and his mom.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there was like kind of a scene in the distance. The grandpa was looking at that they were on another boat, that there were zombies on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what happened. One of my like relatable things was the pregnant white lady, because that was me when I was pregnant with Theda. Not that any of Theda's like Native American family is like rude to me or anything, you know what I mean? Very accepting, which Joseph's family was very accepting of her, you know what I mean? But it's like I was like, oh, I can relate. I was pregnant in a Native American family, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and it was all great. It was just kind of relatable, you know, the white girl in the family.
Yeah.
I don't know what would be relatable to me.
I think that was kind of one of the cool things that I liked about it. Another thing that we kind of correlated was like the smallpox blankets and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
White people bringing disease. I thought that was a great concept to the movie.
Yeah.
It's a terrible thing, but it was cool to see that.
Yeah.
And like even one scene where this guy brings his daughter tries to bring his daughter into the compound and stuff.
Yeah.
And she was bit and they end up killing her, and then they bring him into the compound. He still has a blanket, and this one lady's like, "What are you doing with that? Burn it!" And she takes it, the bloody diseased blanket, and throws it in the garbage.
Yeah.
In a fire bin, I should say.
The same lady before that happened was like, this was also one of my favorite lines. Like, you especially don't want to see what he does with that axe, because I'm pretty sure he like chopped her like in half or something.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm confused on what.
I thought that was kind of a cool scene too, with the diseased girl. Was that one of the executor Native American guys looked at Trailer and he's like, "I've never killed a kid today," so Trailer takes the axe. Or, "I've never killed a kid before," so
Yeah.
Trailer like takes the axe and does the job for him, which was cool.
Yeah.
And there was an actor in there, and I'm not sure what language they were speaking, but they were speaking some Native American language like the entire movie. They didn't speak English at all.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like if I ran the compound, I would probably like, if I were to let white people in, like, because, you know, this is like life or death situation. This is a really serious crisis, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I were to let like people who weren't Native American in, I would have to do like a thorough search of
Yeah,
them.
like strip search almost.
Yeah, because like that one, like if I were to let people that could carry the disease in, like, because like I said, this is life or death. Like, I would say like thoroughly search them for any bites or anything like that, because it's really dangerous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's life or death. You know, like at one point Lysol said that the white people outnumbered them like 2-1 or something like that.
Mm.
And so there's a lot more white people in there that could get infected compared to Native Americans. So
Yeah.
and then you had that one guy in there that killed himself.
Mm-hmm.
He cut his wrist
The-
and then turned into a zombie. It's like, bro, like you just fucking put everybody at risk because you're a little bitch. Sorry.
The father of the kid who got it.
Yeah.
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 What was your favorite part? Did you already say? Sorry.
I don't really know. Like, because I said it was like the parts with the grandpa,
Yeah.
where he was just like slicing people with swords, I guess.
What was your favorite character?
The grandpa.
I feel like you already said that.
I did. I did. But yeah, it was a good movie. I rated honestly a 5 out of 5.
I feel like it took a long time for the conflict to become like super apparent, because I feel like we're like 30 minutes from the end of the movie before like that's when Lysol went on his rampage.
Like shit went down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like the whole time I was just thinking that I was just gonna like I know there has to be like some sort of conflict or the climax of the movie in order for it to come to like the ending resolution, but like it felt like for most of the movie I was like, well, like what's the main problem?
I thought it flowed really well.
Yeah, well, I feel like it flowed like a lot slower than other movies, which isn't a bad thing because I really liked seeing like how their life was before the whole crisis or like the whole like everybody becoming zombies. Like I liked that, but I felt like it was like different than other movies.
Mhm.
I think I would rate it like a 9 out of 10 because
You're
there's
doing 5, bro.
4 out of 5
Okay.
because there's a lot of gore in it, and I don't think like kids below ages below 7 should watch it.
We do a horror movie podcast,
I
Addie.
know.
Everybody knows that kids should not be watching these movies.
I mean, there's some horror movies that kids could watch.
I guess. But I'm just a different kind of parent.
I felt like it was probably a 5 out of 5. I really liked it. It was really confusing to follow. I feel like though.
Maybe it wasn't so confusing for me because I've seen it like 3 times.
Yeah.
I've seen it 3 times.
Yeah, and this is the only time I've seen it, so it was kind of hard to follow.
Yeah.
Like all the different characters and all that.
I feel like there was a lot of like main characters.
Yeah.
There was a lot going on at times.
Yeah.
Because like the first 2 times I watched it, I had a hard time differentiating Lysol and Joseph sometimes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, especially when they had the masks on and
Yeah.
stuff. I was like, they did a great job casting them because they look alike.
Yeah.
They might be brothers in real life. Who knows? But yeah, I feel like
It was hard for me to distinguish like the elder Native Americans because I felt like there were a lot of different main characters that were like friends of Trailer and his grandpa and stuff.
Mhm. Yeah.
Like I guess I felt like they were like throwing around names that like I haven't heard before.
Right.
Within the movie.
Yeah, because we were trying to figure out where the chainsaw guy was later in the movie. And then there was the guy that got slashed in the face.
Yeah.
Like, where the fuck did he come from? Well, I know he was at the party, but that was the first time I remember seeing him.
Yeah, me too. Like, and yeah, I feel like it was kind of hard because I felt like we didn't really get any introductions to these people, which maybe like the appeal of the movie, like
right.
But I don't know.
Yeah. Well, that is almost a wrap. Theda, how's school going? What grade are you in?
I'm a sophomore.
How's it going?
It's going pretty well. I got my semester testing done, and the lowest I got was a B because I had an 83% on my health and PE exam. That's because we had a lot of different like sports questions about like different activities, and I don't really know the rules and stuff about those. But my other exams, I think I have like, I know for band I had a 90, for English and biology I had 100. I had 103% on my world history, and I had a 97% in my algebra 2 class.
Nice. Addie, how's school going for you? What grade are you in?
It's going okay, and I'm in 3rd grade.
You getting ready to go on some ski trips?
Yeah.
Pretty excited?
I don't want to.
What? You're so excited.
I'm excited, but I'm scared.
Well, and I'm doing well. I'm just sick right now, so I sound like I'm sick. But good job, ladies.
So,
welcome back to Bacon Feet.
So, my lowest grade is a B plus in this class in this quarter, but like in the first quarter, my lowest grade was a B, and that's the lowest grade I have gotten because I'm only in third grade, and they only do grades in like third grade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm proud of you. I always tell you guys, as long as you get C's, I'm satisfied. So just graduate. That's it. Or don't. I don't care. All right. All right. Well, that's a wrap. Thanks for coming back on Bacon Feet, ladies.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen.
I was talking to you two.
Oh,
There's no gentleman in this house.
if we bring dancing again, you go one more time.
All right. Bye.
Bye.